So when I was growing up, you guys, we moved quite a lot. It was always for either my mom's job or my dad's job. They would transition from place to place, and I would be, as the oldest daughter, the one responsible for getting the house ready, right? Because my parents were at work. They're like, we're going to move on Saturday. You need to start packing as soon as you get home from school. So we moved so much that I got really, really good at packing things up. I would have my bags. I learned how to pack clothes fast, to move quickly. And they would bring friends over, those friend moves that you have where you just order some pizza and you ask your friends to help. That's what we would do. So one time, in one specific move, there was a mix-up. I was at the new house getting things ready, and the movers called and said that they had arrived, but that there was nobody at the house. And I was like, well, I'm at the house. What are you talking about? I'm here. And they were like, no, we're at this address. And they read just the address portion, not the city or state, just the address portion. I was like, I'm here. I'm outside. There's nobody here. So as we talked through it, we realized that they were at that address, but it was in a different suburb with a different city name. Okay, so it was all the same metroplex, but it was a different city within the metroplex. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Some of us live in big cities. So they were at that address, but in a different neighboring city that was about 10 minutes away from my house. So we figured it out. They brought the stuff, but they were at the same address, different city. When I think about trusting God through transition, the first question that comes to my mind, at least, is, God, why do we even need a transition? Why? Why is transition even necessary? Why do we have to move from one place to another? Why do we have to move from one condition to another? Show us, God. And God showed me last night, he said, because a lot of times it's like, you are like the movers. We're like the movers. Everything for us looks the same as the address, as far as that address goes. But if we look really closely, if we examine it, there's a slight difference. Something is different here. Something has changed here. I don't live here anymore. I need to be over here, or I need to have my stuff dropped off over here, not over there. If we look closely, we're in an entirely different city. I don't know about you, but if you look closely at your life right now, it is wild what we have been through in these last 3 years. Do you not agree? If we look closely, it seems like we should be in the same place, but we've been changed, right? There are things that are different. There's things that if you are perceptive enough and you look at your life, you're like, I have a new resilience inside of me. I now know how to, I thought I knew how to slice and dice my budget, but I'm on a whole nother level now. I thought that I had a perceptive spirit and that I could discern the spirit, but now I'm on a whole nother level. I'm just walking down the street and the Holy Spirit is telling me this about this person or that about that person. I'm going into meetings and the Holy Spirit is saying, make sure you say this, and this person is going to do that. You've developed and cultivated some time in a prayer closet somewhere. You've developed and cultivated some time. I know you have, because I see you. I see the radiance. I see the adjustment. I see you digging deeper instead of running away at the first sight of inconvenience. I see you trying to understand what the discomfort is all about, realizing that sometimes we don't need to curse every discomfort. Sometimes the discomfort is a gift from God that's taking us through a transition.